Given the choice, whether to rule a corrupt and failing empire, or to challenge the fates for another throw, a better throw against one's destiny, what was a king to do? But does one ever truly have a choice? One can only match, move by move, the machinations of fate, and thus defy the tyrannous stars. And so I returned to the sanctuary of my enemy, the fortress of the Sarafan Brotherhood, deemed impossible for any man to penetrate. Impossible for any man. Deep within these walls, my prey awaited. Mobius, the time streamer, deceiver and eternal gamester, using living beings as his pawns.
In the end, we'd rooted out an entire nest of the fiends.
But we had swept that area already.
Not well enough, but no matter. We purged every last one of that brood with fire, and their souls now rest.
Lord Mobius will be pleased.
It was time for Mobius to answer a few questions. I hoped for his sake to find him in a forthcoming mood. From time to time, it is necessary to feed. And the unusual event of a feast prepared by the Sarafan must be savored. What was that? The touch of water is like acid to a vampire. I had to find another way to pass. This passage undoubtedly led to the time streamer. My prey was nearly in my grasp.
It is one of the best written dialogue games ever.
As I approached, the Reaver resonated in response. Perhaps its dark sorcery could dispel these holy barriers.
At least I think so. I love this series so much. You can fight them, or you can just go, eh. Yeah, you could compare it to God of War, yeah. It's in that hack and slash kind of variety, but it does have the telekinesis and different little like powers that help you out. But yeah, it's a action fight or action adventure game like God of War. I think that's a pretty fair comparison. Even though it's not really like it, I think it's comparable. Yeah. And now that they've improved the camera, it's a world of difference. Because it used to be a lockdown cinematic camera. This is the remaster. So this is what it used to look like. This is what it looks like now. Yeah. And the cool thing is, one of the costumes they included is the original concept art for what Kain's evolved form is going to look like. This is a HD version of Kain from Blood Omens. Technically Blood Omens 2, I guess. The costume kind of is between both. But this is his original character design for his evolved vampire form that he is now. Is a little bit too monstrous. They wanted to keep him kind of human. Yeah, the original still holds up. I just played it, but it's the main thing is we got rid of this camera. Where you can't really change its view, and it lets you see only what the game wants you to see. So now it plays like a real game. Yeah, it just came out today, by the way. And one of the other things it added was a map, which previously it did not have. And this place is confusing. And also, I'm still in the old. I don't know what SRX is. That's just like a better lighting system or something. Is that right? Because it's not a reference to anything. I know that. At least I don't think it is. I don't either. There's some comedic aspects to this that still get me, like how fast he whips around right there.
What a love of doors these pathetic humans have.
Maybe it is a reference that I don't know, but it just seems to be the same model but better lighting. So I'm guessing that's what it is. I don't know why that would be a specific choice, but... So there is a code you're supposed to be able to put in that turns the Soul Reaver into a cardboard tube. And I tried doing that, and it crashed. It crashed the game. So I feel like the code is still there, but you just can't use it. Or that's something they're gonna fix later, because that's a classic. There's also one that turns Kain and Raziel into Toon form, which I was kind of hoping to see, but there's skins, so maybe we will get them.
To enhance the Reaver's power, but this coincidence seemed too convenient. Mobius clearly meant for me to find it.
Sound the alarm! Vampire! Don't let him escape!
Surround him! Surrender, fiend, and we will promise you an easy death.
I could promise you the same, but it
would
be
be a lie. Yeah, honey money. I was supposed to go to the DMV in the capital, because I've got the whole thing going on with the title for my car that I gave to my dad. Apparently back when they finally paid the car off, and I expected them to have the title, but apparently the title got sent to an old address, so we have to go to the actual, like, capital DMV to get a new one written and a title transfer. But apparently it was going to be impossible to get the paperwork we needed by today, so I took the day off ahead of time, but then ultimately didn't need it. So it just means my trip's going to have to be delayed. But hey, I got the day off when this came out, so that worked. So yeah, the storyline of these games is you could really boil it down to a bunch of queens arguing about a complicated relationship. Kain and Raziel are just such petty bitches. I love them so much. They're like the level of petty. I don't know if you have ever experienced this and like known someone like this, but you know, like when drama kids get real petty and they really lean into the theatrics of it. That's what this whole like game is written like. This is fun to do. Oh. Oh. Yep. Also, the music in this game is just awesome.
This door had been equipped with a singular lock, requiring an unusual key. Somehow, I would find it.
Be like the theater kids we do not have. Do y'all have theater kids or like the equivalent of it in Sweden? I assume that there must be like acting schools in Sweden, but I mean like the people who want to go there and just sort of like that becomes their entire identity, but they never actually do anything with it. That kind of thing. Oh, the parapet saved you. Not you, though. Ah, well, consider yourself lucky. They can be fun, but more than often they're a lot. The kind of kids that'll get invited to a party and try to shut everything down so that they can show a YouTube video of a stage play that they saw, not one that they were in, and demand everyone pay attention. This is a very specific scenario, but it happened to me more than once. Oh, game one ready for that camera. But yeah, this game is just dramatic pettiness throughout time. This is such a weird thing, where it's like, you've played the game for a while now. Now we do a tutorial. But this is Crystal Dynamics, and you might recognize, if you've played it, this is the same setup, almost, as the tutorial room in Eternal Darkness, which also came way after you had been playing. Because this is Crystal Dynamics, you see. Alright, up in midair. Now, whoop its ass. This was, let's see, I played Soul Reaver on the PS1, and then I didn't play another one until this one because I somehow missed it on the PS2. Wait a minute, what? Oh, yeah. So I was like, boy, is it a rude awakening to find out how important Soul Reaver 2 is. I didn't know what the fuck was happening, but like the majority of the twisting storyline happens in 2. But this one seems to be, like, as far as the history that comes with it, it seems to do a good job of filling in the gaps. my favorite things about Kain, and really the other vampires, I guess, in this, is that they don't have to bite the neck to feed. They can do it telekinetically. Hey, cool. Just unlocked that. It does seem like cheating, but they have to be bleeding first. But also, Kain is like the strongest vampire, so I mean, it's fair. And that he was always going to have some sort of advantage. Also, I gotta turn my headphones down. I feel loud. Although I don't know if that affects the volume of the stream. But I don't think it matters. Right, no, that was a gate. I get turned around here so easily. But that's okay. I have the map now. Okay, well, that's good. If you don't hear a difference, then that works. Okay. I guess it is this one, even though it was a gate first. Oh, that's right. I know where I'm going. Never mind. Sometimes your objective, it takes so long to get it, you kind of forget what it was. Very Resident Evil in that way. You do 4 levels and then you remember, oh yeah, this was to get a key. Where was this key for? I've totally forgotten. Ah, goddamn it. Okay, that's not a door. Ah, fuck. That's the one issue I've been running into with the modern camera is some of these drop-offs are very dramatic in the right angle, because that would be the angle the camera's letting you see normally. But when you're looking at it like this, I've fallen off like a few times. I played a little bit before I started streaming, and then I started over. But there was one particular cliff that I could not tell where the edge was, and I kept running off of it. And I had to switch to the old camera.
Yes, I understand. It will be done. The stage is set. You needn't linger in the shadows, Kain. It has been
he looks
a
good.
long time.
Everything was good in this
No
remaster.
banter, Mobius. You know why I'm here.
Yes, Raziel. You sought to introduce your own pawn into this game, and now he's been swept from the board.
By your hand, I suspect. Where is he?
Perhaps you should ask, when? How humiliating it must be for you to come begging at my doorstep for answers.
Enough wordplay.
Don't threaten me, Kain. You see, I have the upper hand. How remarkable that the great Kain should succumb to the scepter's power like any common vampire. Still so arrogant after all these years, thinking you've devised some brilliant plan. You know nothing. You have read the signs, but missed their meaning. You believe you are that myth of vampire prophecy, the scion of balance, and that Raziel holds the key to fulfilling your destiny. But your messianic delusions have blinded you to Raziel's true nature. You have no idea what you've unleashed. There was a time when you might have heeded wise counsel when it was offered. Now, your vanity has made you witless. You will have to learn the truth for yourself. You'll be needing this. Your strength will return after I have departed. But by then, you will have more urgent concerns than pursuing me. Perhaps, when we next meet, you will have learned a little humility.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk during cutscenes. The
These strange
dialogue and
creatures
writing in this
seem to
game is just,
manifest
I love
from
it.
the very shadows.
But yeah, I am liking it a lot so far. So far, it feels like exactly the same. Like it's basically just the original game, but looks better and has more quality of life improvements, which is all I want in a remaster.
Mobius's attempt at stopping me was not one of
Just
his
don't
better
make it
efforts.
worse.
When I found him, it would be my turn to offer a few surprises.
Oh yeah, Raziel's special costume. The concept for Soul Reaver was originally a game called Shifter that had nothing to do with Legacy of Kain,
Surrender.
and then they
Raziel.
folded that plot in.
Abandon
So this is
petty
the Shifter
rebellion.
outfit.
It was I who made you. Your life had played out, and in my grace, I spared you. You are my Reaper of Souls. You have no other purpose, no higher destiny. Just this. Accept your calling, Raziel. Let go of these vain hopes. Relinquish your will, and feed.
No.
What do you profit from this defiance?
There's some grim satisfaction in infuriating you.
My patience.
See what I
is
mean?
eternal,
It's just
Raziel.
queens. Just queens being
How many
petty.
eons can you bear to languish here? The wheel of fate must turn. All are redeemed in the cleansing agony of birth, death, and rebirth. This is the engine of life, the purifying rhythm of the universe, to which all souls are irresistibly drawn. Yours is a necessary and noble function, Raziel.
Enough of your sermonizing. Are you trying to bore me into submission? Why must this game go on?
It's weird to see
You know what
Raziel
you
with
are.
a chin.
You are no better than the vampires you so despise. A voracious parasite, cloaking its appetite in a shroud of righteousness. I refuse to do your will.
I can see into your heart, Raziel. It is not your will, but cowardice that keeps you here.
How so?
You know what fate awaits you when you leave the underworld. That phantom weapon you bear is a constant reminder, isn't it? The sword is waiting for you out there somewhere, and you tarry so as not to meet it.
I could not deny it. As long as I lingered here, defying my captor, I was able to postpone what I feared was my inevitable doom. To become the ravenous spirit imprisoned in the Reaver Blade. But that sentence was no worse than the stalemate I now endured. Better to face one's destiny than cower from it.
Harvester of souls, I created you. And to this function, my angel of death, you will return.
Enough. Yes, I submit.
Very good. Indulge your hunger.
Oh, the souls look really good.
Yes, embrace your calling, Raziel. You will find that just as defiance has its price, so obedience has its rewards.
And submission is not always what it seems.
So, this is the headcanon I have about their just being two queens, a bunch of queens things, is Raziel previously was, this is not literal, this is just the concept, of course, but Raziel was previously dating Kain and left Kain to find someone who would respect him and found someone way worse and stayed too long out of stubbornness. And now he's learned that he doesn't have to stand up for it, but now he's trying to figure out how to get out of it. And he's having a hard time going back to trusting Kain. I mean, Kain did break up with Raziel in a pretty terrible way by throwing him into a lake, which vampires in this water burns like acid. So, sent him through about 100 years of torture and emaciated him, and basically this elder god revived him as sort of a, we'll just call him a remote mouth, so that he can eat souls that the elder god normally can't. And now he's essentially a zombie vampire. Oh, and so through really complicated time shenanigans in the second one, the Soul Reaver, this ghost blade he carries,
an ominous-looking mist.
is the soul of a sword that has a soul that eats souls that is actually Raziel. So he contains the ghost of the sword he is. It's very confusing and complicated, but it actually is done in a way that if you follow the story, it is understandable.
Your worthiness is so easy.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just Raziel found out that he's destined to get absorbed into Kain's sword, which the whole reason the sword can do that is because it contains Raziel's soul already. It's a weird time loop thing.
Raziel.
The wheel must turn.
So the concept of
Now you understand.
of time paradoxes in this one is akin to throwing stones in a river. The water's going to flow to its destination, and it'll sort of move around the rocks, and the rocks are paradoxes. But what Kain is hoping for is to throw a rock so large that it actually diverts the river and changes both their destinies. That's something we learned in Soul Reaver 2. And part of that paradox is Raziel being his own weapon.
you may go, but remember, you are mine. You can no more escape from me than you can escape yourself.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't either. I got really into this story and like deep dove it because I wanted to get it. And there's still a handful of things I don't understand, but I get the majority of it, and that's what's important.
You want this room cleared of its vermin.
If you wish to leave it.
Your will be done.
My good servant. See? Obedience brings prompt rewards. Where do you think you're going, little soul? You can't escape.
Yes, I can.
Right here.
You may have locked the front door, but I figured out how to open the window. Mm-hmm.
Clever, Russia. Clever indeed. I have endured your game long enough.
Clearly my escape had not been anticipated, or my benevolent master would not have expended such efforts to prevent me from going. And if my departure displeased him, then that was a victory, however small, for me.
I may still be stuck here, but I pissed him off, so that's good enough, I guess.
In the spectral realm, water is as thin as air, putting this opening far beyond my reach. But once I found my way into the physical world, I might be able to swim up there.
I missed.
This door would only open when fitted with an appropriate artifact. But to use such an object, I would first have to find a way back into the material realm.
This drums is new. What does that mean?
At last, I discovered a conduit into the material realm. I would finally escape the spirit world and take one step farther from my tormentor.
Did you think to receive the same favors after your rebellion as before? No, Raziel. I have no need for you to enter the physical world, so no conduit will be granted. You serve me adequately as a wraith, and a wraith you will remain.
So, my restraints had not been removed, only loosened. I would not be held prisoner in the spectral realm. There had to be another way. As I emerged, I was granted a vision of what I would become if I did not escape the spectral realm. For these too were agents of my master, hunting the lost souls that struggled to escape the endless twilight of the underworld.
Oh, that was fast. He ate the other one.
My master's plan for me was ominously clear.
Oh no, I guess he just
Like
paid.
these mindless hunters, I existed only to fuel him with souls, siphoning their energy to feed him and his wheel of fate. I had to break these bonds, while I still possessed my own will.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I already fought you. Yeah, I like it. He's just coming to get you.
This artifact seemed as though it was made for that unusual lock. Now the door could be opened.
I wonder if he still reads the names of everything. No, that is not here. Oh well. This is why I didn't drain them before. gotta go that way. Aha. Oh. I didn't mean to do that, but alright.
Malik, the great Sarafan warrior. I had met him before. His sword and shield seemed to have gone astray.
I don't know. Probably not. But it would be interesting if he did. The problem is with the thing, or with, you know, everything we've seen about Return to Silent Hill, is like, I know it won't be, but I'm hoping that it's surprisingly entertaining, because if it's not, it doesn't look like it'll be fun bad. Way easier to navigate. But then again, I did just play it, so it might be because I remember. Sanguine censure. I miss how I used to say them. Cadaverous laceration. Into the fire. Don't know. But also, I don't know the story too much, but there are some changes in the story that are hella stupid. I'm curious what it was, because the thing is, like, I don't know, it seems like the consensus of, like, why people like 2 is not always, like...
Tell me, where can I find your master?
Well, to me.
Quickly.
Like, people are really
Yes,
upset about the
yes.
lack of the light bulb can in the remake, and honestly, I was happy to see it gone.
Good.
It's silly, but, like, fuck that puzzle. Why would you ever think that? That and the fucking... the latch door in the prison that you... like, oh, there's a handle missing from the door. What do? Oh, well, clearly you gotta get 2 candles, a match, and a horseshoe, and have the horseshoe floating in the space where the handle should be, and melt the wax into it, so you can lift up the 80-pound metal door. Why didn't you think of that? Oh, probably because that can't happen. So why would it be your line of logic? Yeah, it's a lot like that. But at least RE is like, hey, can you open this door? You probably don't have the right thing. And guess what? You don't. Not like, can you not open this door? Oh, well, that's because you didn't wash your car at 4:30 and then find out that makes bird shit on it, and that bird feather will open a door for you. There's so many excuses to why you're in the dark. It's great. Yeah, it's weird. I'm kind of just waiting till about people get to the end and seeing what the consensus is, because right now it seems like new game excitement, and I know if there's one thing I fucking know about every Resident Evil game is that shit loses steam around the midway point every time. Yeah, but I'm not looking for like the speedrunner crowd or the content crowd. I want like casual players. It's only 10 hours. What the fuck? Yeah, but we already disagree on one of my main annoyances, so I kind of wanted to see if other people also feel the same. Like, I know you like how Leon looks, but personality-wise, what'd they do to him? That's my main thing. It's like, I didn't mind what they did to Chris, because I already didn't like Chris, but I like Leon. I hope they didn't do anything that made him just not fun. That's a loss. If Leon doesn't feel like he has a lot of personality so far, then I feel like he's being mishandled. But I don't know. Let's see. I'll probably end up playing it. It's definitely not something that I feel like I need to get now. Yeah, that's what I don't want. I don't want an old and grizzled Leon. That's like Dante in Devil May Cry 2.
But I would need to return this,
which is actually pretty accurate since Devil May Cry was going to be Resident Evil 4. And Leon's wackiness is a holdover from that. Which apparently, from what I've been hearing, he's not even supposed to look 50, because I just learned that there's something supposedly called Raccoon Syndrome, or Raccoon City Syndrome, where it makes you age slower. Because there's been that running thing about how Capcom is afraid of middle-aged women. I mean, he is 50, but apparently he shouldn't look 50, because their explanation for why Jill doesn't look at the age she does is that, and all the experiments she was under. I think same with Ada. So Leon shouldn't. I don't know. I'm not enough of a fan to know the details of what I'm talking about. I've just heard it from people who are bigger fans, so it's like, I guess that's true. Yeah, that's what I mean. Leon should be like Jill. I don't really care. I don't want the fun personality to be gone. What's the easiest way to get there? I guess that way I was going. Hey, dudes. Just vamping it up. Deebs, what's your take on... There you go. That's what I was saying. So yeah, Deebs corroborating on that is, I guess then all I heard was true. Yeah, but so is every main character, man. I just find it funny, Capcom being like, it's like, hey, why aren't women allowed to age? It's like, instead of going like, no, we don't have a problem with that, they're like, we have a reason. Is that what you wanted? Because that's totally true. Eh. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, right here. I found this glitch when I played it last time, but there's a guy on the other side of this wall, and while I can't see him, I can still do this. Yep. Although last time I did it, I killed him. Ah, I threw him forward. Should have done this. Come to Kain. Come to Butthead.
Victus.
Yeah, if I want to be an asshole, I can just do this. It's about this moment. I have forgotten what I'm doing. Oh, right. I'm getting the, having to find the sword. I think I ran past it, actually. Oh boy. There's a level that's even more confusing than this, and even with a map, I'm still not sure I'm going to be able to get through it quickly. But who knows? Maybe I'll remember enough to make it through. Yep, I ran past it.
Malek's sword belonged in his right hand. However distasteful this errand was, I would return it to its proper place.
Oh. I didn't even realize that there were descriptions of everything. I should have been reading these. Yeah, Malek got the fucking shaft in that. Although, okay, so a vampire comes, he's hired as the, Malek is the leader of the Seraphim. He got one of their duties was to protect the Circle of Nine, which are the 9 guardians of Nosgoth. And he failed. And a vampire named Vorador came in and killed all of them except for 2. And amongst those 2, one of them was like, hey, you failed your job. We're going to fire you in a crazy way. We're going to kill you and imprison your body in an armor. So now you're just a living set of armor. And you're going to continue serving us. That bug is still here.
The way to the tower now.
But I guess there's just no way to fix it.
I look forward to finding Mobius and resuming our conversation.
That. Die fucking thing. Damn it. That was weird. All my chats from like the beginning just popped up on the screen, so I don't know if anybody said anything new. But I just got a bunch of old things. Oh, Talion asked a while ago, apparently, this is the benefit of this. Talion asked a while ago, apparently, if vampires are chill with the sun in this. They are not. But Kain, vampires can get strong enough to evolve past their weaknesses. And Kain, one of the first things Kain learned to be okay with is the sun. Water still hurts him, fire still hurts him. But, sunlight will not kill him instantly. I don't think it even hurts him anymore, really. Come on, give me that sword charge. There we go. Went to the big old nothing. Damn it, Kain, you did it too much. You broke the castle. This room is very similar. Turned me around, it did. I'm gonna switch to still human Kain. Well, pre-evolution vampire Kain. Yeah, I was just thinking about something. What was the first game y'all played where you were like blown away by the fact that when you did a costume change, it stayed that way in cutscenes? For me, I think it was Star Ocean, Till the End of Time. I think that was the first one I ever noticed that when you swapped their weapons, they actually stayed swap in the cutscenes. I gotta see if I'm missing chat here, because I keep getting old stuff. Yeah, so every time, it seems like every time Honeymoon has been saying something, it's been showing me old stuff on screen, so I've been missing things. I missed that Shauna showed up. Hello, Shauna, if you're still here. I feel like they could have remade these games instead. Okay. Hey, Shauna. Final Fantasy VII when you swap out the I guess, yeah. Well, no. See, the combat was one thing, because for me that was 8. But I'm talking about like in cutscenes, because I don't think that happened in 7, right? Maybe they did. I actually don't know. But like, what's the first one you can remember that you noticed it? Maybe. Oh, not the cutscenes. Yeah.
Curious. This artifact, joined with the relic I discovered earlier, appeared to be but one fragment of a larger emblem. This shard was endowed with elemental fire, enhancing both the Reaver and my telekinetic powers.
Must have been something on the GameCube. I wonder what. Kain, what are you doing? And that didn't open it. That's right. I gotta do that. No, I don't. There we go. Oop. It's weird when Kain gets a balance emblem totem, there'll be things like fire and time and dimension and lightning. Yeah, thank you, Shauna. I have the day off, so I was like, this came out, might as well share it. But he gets fire, time, dimension, and lightning. And fire and lightning, well, actually, no, lightning and time do what they sound like they do. Fire, when you use your power, it makes everybody fight each other, which is useful. And dimension, I guess that one also does what you'd think, but it like teleports you around and does like a pretty strong hit. But both feel kind of weak. But when Raziel gets it, it's just like straight up element, but he doesn't get like an ability. Or no, he does. Never mind. He does. Hold on. No, I'm not going the right way. I have to go to that room that I passed earlier that had sconces that I could light up. And I did not have fire at the time. But the question is, where was that room? Yeah, I feel like it's straight ahead. Maybe that's where it just came from, maybe? Nope, this is right. This room is a motherfucker on the original. Because of that locked camera angle. It has maybe one of the worst angles possible for this, like, for this little challenge. But now, super easy.
Here you are at last. I see you found a fragment of the balance emblem. This will be of even further use to you, if you can find the other three. Now, shall we?
Yes. Let us continue our conversation, but on a somewhat different footing. Now,
Original
what do you have
remake.
to tell me, Mobius? You cannot kill me.
Now, Kain does not look good in this, but that's not... This is the model from Blood Omen 2, which was on the GameCube, with slight changes. So I think the model was not HD'd.
Your judgment, and Raziel is not what you think.
You dare imagine what I think.
So, you prevented Raziel's soul from entering the Reaver. Do you believe for a moment that by this you have averted your fate? Or his? Or that of Nosgoth itself? Your manipulations are pathetic.
Yet Raziel retains his free will, and that's what frightens you, isn't it, Mobius? You cannot see his path, and so you cannot control it.
And neither
The
can
acting, animation, just,
Yes,
so
Raziel
good.
is shrouded from us, but we see the ripples of his potential actions, and every path he might choose leads to the same outcome. He will kill you, Kain. In sparing Raziel, you have written your own death sentence.
You still have not answered the question I came to ask. Where is Raziel?
Oh, that's
He
funny.
is not, in a true sense, here. Not now.
Don't try my patience, Mobius. What have you done with him?
This is before Kain grew his claws. So the way they cut
He
around
is
that
contained.
is for no
In
reason.
time, it may be
Kain's
safe to release him. His destiny must be
ring
completed.
and ring
He
and
will
pinky
enter
and
the
middle and
sword.
index finger are just
Until that
held
time,
together for
he
no
is
reason.
dangerous. Far more dangerous than you could understand.
And your incontrovertible evidence?
The answers are plain, if you know where to look. Go west of the pillars. There you will find a testament written in stone.
But stones too can lie.
Go back to this Kain. Wait. I got a skin. What did I get? Petty nobleman. Oh god, this is before he even became a vampire. How'd I get that? Oh no, it's the spell that turns you into a looking human again. This spell allows me to cast away the guise of death for a time, allowing me to walk amongst the living undisturbed. This spell also provides a visage of nobility, for there are many who would easily divulge more to those highborn blood. Default skin, the non-default skins may be visual oddities. Yeah, that's fine. I still like just straight up Kain. I don't think there's an outfit that looks better than that. Although I do need to change Raziel. I think I did already, though. Yeah, I did.
The pillars of Nosgoth stood pristine against the horizon. To the west, I would find the enlightenment Mobius felt I lacked.
Bats!
There had to be a way to escape the spirit world without the help my master was pleased to deny me. Only in the material realm would I have a chance to seek my destiny, or change it.
This guy is the voice of Drew Pickles on the Rugrats. That's my experience. Oh wow, I'm low. Hey, found this. See, now I gotta check if I'm getting costumes, because I don't even know when that Kain one happened. Yeah, I love Raziel's natural cape. It's just so metal. He went to go show Kain that he had evolved to the point where he had wings, and Kain got jealous of that, so he tore the bones from his wings. And then after 100 years of laying at the bottom of the lake, they've decayed into this just like cloth, like empty skin. Of course he can, so hold them and use them to glide. Get out of here.
In this crypt, I discovered ethereal gases rising from the moldering corpse within. As I neared, I felt a distinct spiritual pull, and the closer I approached, the more that pull intensified.
Yeah. So Elder God's not letting Raziel just go back to the material realm, so Raziel's got to find a new way. So find a corpse that's newly dead, possess it just enough to cross over.
In the end, it was not difficult. I projected myself down into that tomb and found myself reborn into the material.
Emerge in the body, and then just take the body off.
It was a loathsome vessel, but with an effort of will, that too could change. These gargoyles quickened as I drew near, triggering the door to close. I would need to find some means of approaching the door without being observed.
And now I kind of want to see. It's gonna be very weird, but I want to see him not Wraith. The Seraphim version. I don't seem right. Ah. I think I saw something, but I guess not.
It says she won't go near the place.
I tell you, the pillars are haunted.
Haunted?
I heard a woman's voice talking and moaning, and there was no one there.
How many vampires have you killed? And you can't face down one ghost?
I knew who these were. Vampire hunters, scouring the countryside, destroying what had once been my kind.
My God, what is that? A vampire or a demon?
Where?
Here.
Vampire, it looks like.
Quickly! No mercy.
That's too weird.
These were Mobius's hunters, Mercenaries enlisted in his crusade to exterminate the vampires. His insignia was unmistakable. But this meant I'd been captive in the underworld for centuries. I had lost 500 years. Then I knew what ghost it was that haunted the pillars. Ariel, the specter of the murdered Balan's guardian. Perhaps she could provide the answers I sought. But first I would have to find a way out of this cemetery.
Okay. Okay. Come on. I don't know why it's not working.
This temple's facade hinted at some ancient vampire origin, for it bore the sign of the Reaver and was marked with the elemental symbol of light. The mystery of the Reaver might be answered within, but this edifice was too high for me to reach.
Why is it not letting me climb? Huh. Okay. Well, there's a thing up there to collect, but I guess I gotta come back for it.
Another temple, this one marked with the elemental symbol of darkness. This edifice, like the other one, was too high for me to reach.
He's too short. That's his problem.
What is this? How do you know me?
Raziel, what are you? Why should they know your name? You are nothing.
It seemed my method of entering the physical realm was not altogether original. But where had these beings come from?
I love that. Raziel's all proud of himself for thinking about the whole crossing over in a body thing. And then there's a bunch of others that are like, oh, you thought you were the only one who thought of that? They should shut that down. Yeah, you'd think. The Elder God, it just shows how he's not as omniscient as he seems. You might be wondering why I'm not picking them up and throwing them into lamps. Raziel does not have that level of telekinesis yet. But he has something Kain does not have that makes him very powerful, but also makes his boss fights kind of annoying. If Raziel dies, he just goes to the spirit realm. Then you just gotta find some souls, heal, and then use a portal, and you can just come back. Also, he has evolved past a lot of vampire weaknesses, like water doesn't hurt him. Ooh, that's not different. Oh boy. Oh, I hate that they left that in. At least the swimming controls better, but it does not look better. Oversized stone shield is carved with innumerable eyes. It appears to merely be decorative in nature and probably designed to be placed upon a pedestal or in the hands of a statue before it was misplaced. I bet it goes on the statue's hand, yeah. Also, fun fact about this, being crystal dynamics and their relationship with between it and eternal darkness. When you're in the spectral realm, you'll hear some wailing and crying, and you'll hear something like a woman wailing, and that is the same sound effect that'll play in the background when you are maxed out on sanity loss in Eternal Darkness. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know he could do that. I can turn on the reaver effect on and off, and it actually has a light effect with it. That's cool. So, I'll point it out. But I can't have a combat scenario going on because that's the only music that'll play. It's not playing because music is going on.
This edifice, marked with the elemental light symbol, was clearly much older than the ruins in the rest of the cemetery. The door was far too high to reach, and to open it, it seemed the Reaver would need to be imbued with the power of darkness. Clearly, I had more to accomplish before I could discover what lay within.
Peace out. Perforate carcass. Those are more reliable now. It used to come out like a third. It used to be able to do it about a third of the time, but it really responds well to the combos now. That's so cool. I'm glad I was able to do that. Maybe you could always have done, maybe I always could have done that. I just never knew. Where was Raziel in PlayStation All-Stars, you know? There were a lot of people in that game, but especially them. Him and Kain. Apparently there was a, there was like a DLC that you could get for, I forget which one, but a Tomb Raider game where it replaced the models of Laura and somebody with Kain and Raziel, but it like made new animations, but it recycled old lines from the games that made it seem like they were talking about the current events. But because of that, there's a cutscene that you can find that's Raziel creeping up on somebody holding two guns to their head. Nope. Sure don't. Yeah. Come on, you. There we go. Nope, missed it. Okay, now that sound's gonna play after a while. Well, maybe not. Nope, it won't. Never mind. What could this be? I have to go now. My planet needs me.
I felt a sense of displacement as some arcane sorcery transported me away. This was clearly some ancient ruin of a vampire civilization. Perhaps here I would finally decipher the riddle of my destiny. Throughout these ruins, I found murals depicting the seminal events of vampire history. These scenes commemorated a great war between the ancient vampires and their rivals. In triumph, they banished their adversaries from the world and raised the pillars as the lock that binds them. The image of the Reaver was always depicted with reverence. The vampire's holy weapon was destined to be borne by their prophesied hero, for whom it was forged. But if this was my destiny, why had the Reaver tried to consume me?
It hadn't. The world of Nosgoth. Oh, cool. Oh, it really does have a hole. Huh. Boy, if you have any questions about this game, it sure does have a pretty thorough encyclopedia. That's all right. Although I wish I could check out these models, because I don't know what that is. God damn, that's thorough. Yeah, murals. I'm gonna see how this works. Oh, it's just recorded. Of seeing them. Okay, that's still pretty neat, though. Those murals are important, and they expect you to remember what you saw. Not like you have to answer a quiz or anything, but the storyline heavily revolves around the events you see in the pillars.
This scene depicted the appointment of the original vampire guardians, each summoned to serve when the pillars were raised. Each guardian is aligned to the principle of the pillar he serves, and the balance guardian is the axis of them all.
Yeah, it's so. In this one, vampires, like true vampires, are a race of winged angel-looking people like that. And they had an ancient enemy called the Hilden that, amongst other things, when the vampires ultimately won and banished them to a demon plane, they cursed the vampires with the inability to procreate. And they found a way around that by embracing the first human ever to be embraced, which is the vampire Vorador. And the human vampires are what continues the species, much like Kain. And so when Raziel evolved to have wings, that's why it infuriated Kain, because he had become closer to the original vampires than he had at that point. Stop eating them. I want to eat them. They did say they were going to add an objective marker. And though I don't really want it, I am curious how to do that. Unless... I guess that's the objective marker. The balance symbol.
At last it was done. The Reaver was forged with darkness. As I felt this new power coursing within the Wraithblade, I knew that now the Light Temple would open to me.
Yeah, because you got darkness. Why wouldn't it? There it is. Give me that health. Okay. Bump it up, bump, 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 bump it up. Well, I just ruined that music for myself. That's all I'm gonna think of now. Bop, 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 because we are the awkward team. Hmm. There's really nowhere to turn to go back. That doesn't seem right. Oh, that wailing. That in the background. I don't know if you can even hear it. Oh, duh. Yeah, that wasn't a good example of it, but it was kind of there. Nope, that's exactly where I came from. How am I supposed to get up here? Maybe I don't have to be up here, and I'm just being dumb. I'll hang out here. I'll get a better example of it. I'm doing a bit. That. This is the sound effect that happens when you're at maximum insanity in Eternal Darkness. Because same company. And of course, a lot of the voice actors are also in that. I really don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Because when I go, the only path I can see is up here. But if I go there, I have to go into the spectral realm to go through that gate. And if I go through that gate, I can't go back to the material realm. So... that doesn't help. What? Oh. I didn't even see those. Well, now I feel stupid. Yeah, each Reaver has an ability tied with it, and Darkness lets you go invisible. Though I was not fully charged, so I was just kind of standing there getting hit. like the way they did invisibility. There's an inverted texture model, I think is what it's called. Ah! Get out of there.
At last I had the means to confound those gargoyles in the mausoleum and discover what lay behind that mysterious door.
Yes. Get your ass. Yep. Yeah, sometimes that'll happen. Cemetery is huge. Yes, this move is dumb, but I love it. Oh, that's not the same anymore. That's a downgrade, but that's minor. Used to be that when you would switch Reavers, the energy you collected would just change its element. It didn't go away, but now it does. That's a minor issue. I can still work with it. They're just gone now.
Against all odds, I had stumbled into Kain's own mausoleum. This seemed an unlikely coincidence. Oh, Kain, were you ever not an asshole?
Oh, I guess I don't have to shift this one.
Again, I experienced that odd sense of displacement as I was transported to the vampire ruin once more. But this chamber was different than the first. In their defeat, the vampire's enemy retaliated with a terrible curse, afflicting the vampires with a bloodthirst that turned their once noble race into ravenous predators. This curse plunged the vampires into despair and apparently drove many to madness and self-annihilation. What was it that so devastated them that they were driven to suicide? I had succeeded. The Reaver was forged with the power of light, and now my way was clear. I would seek out Ariel at the pillars and see if she could enlighten me.
These are an enemy that's actually bizarrely easier to fight when there's two of them, because they'll hit each other. feel like I've heard that screech used in something before. No new skins yet. Ah! Oh, that's cool. My controller's turning in the colors of the whatever Reaver I have attached.
I have the means now to depart the cemetery. I only needed to find the gate that would send me on my way.
I had a long meeting. It's only been an hour? Oh, God. Feels longer. One of those games you definitely jump faster than you run. Which to that I always wonder, like, why not just increase the run speed then? How about this? Get blind. Oh my god. Probably should have taken her soul, but whatever. There. No, you don't.
All those you have killed, die now!
That voice sounds familiar. I don't think it is, but it reminds me of a voice in Grandia 2. I think her name was Elena. Something like that.
An ancient gate, sealed by the powers of light and darkness, barred the way to the pillars beyond. To depart this place and continue my journey, I would have to find the means to open it.
But I have the mean. I guess I was supposed to come here first.
At last, the gate yielded to the powers of light and darkness, with which the Reaver had been forged. The way to the pillars was open.
I'm gonna stop it there. I gotta get lunch, but I'm enjoying it. I might stream more. Wouldn't count on it, but I might. Yeah, if you've been interested in playing this game, I think this is a solid way to do it. But yeah, I'll have to clear out these guys first, but I appreciate it. Yeah, thank y'all for coming by. And I'm trying to talk and focus. Now fight each other. Nope, come back here.
How strange to see this place long before my birth. Centuries before the corruption set in that would poison the land and put me on the treacherous path I still followed. In the future, these edifices would be condemned to darkness and decay. I would cause their fall and build my empire upon their ruins. Was it still possible that with the right knowledge, the right moves, I might one day see Nosgoth restored, the pillars pure once more? My answer, according to Mobius, lay somewhere to the west of this place. I could restore the world, perhaps, but never again could I give Nosgoth back her innocence.
There's a good cliffhanger. All right. Well, maybe next time. I'll see y'all later.